So, Game of the Year 2024 nominations are out. Let's start with Game of the Year. What is you guys' opinion on Elden Ring being shoved in the middle of this rather than something like Stellar Blade, Space Marine 2, or Infinite Wealth, for example?
It's not a Game of the Year. It's a DLC of the year.
Yeah, I'm not
So
really
it's really
like
dumb.
I'm not really like too big on that being there. There's so many other great games from this year that could have its place, and it's not even like a standalone expansion either. Like you have to have a copy of Elden Ring to play it.
If it had its own disc or something, like if it was an expansion, but if it's kind of more of its own thing, then it makes a bit more sense. Yeah, it's a bit fair. Like you say, it's taking a slot that could have been filled by Space Marine 2. But
because it's not like that there's a lack of games either. There's plenty of games, and there's no reason they couldn't. Like some of the categories, if you're looking at the categories of most anticipated, that doesn't need to be there. Of like what game people are excited about. We could have best expansion. There's no reason, or just add another one.
Yeah, best DLC. Like
best DLC, because there's plenty of good
Yeah.
DLC out there. There's no reason that couldn't have been a category rather than this. But
Like,
it's the
for
same
example,
argument as last year.
Yeah, like Horizon Forbidden West, that the DLC for that, the Burning Shores, that was like amazing. That should have it could have got some other award, but it should have, if they had that category. Things like that really deserve it.
Yeah.
So at least a nomination,
but we do have 6 games anyway. Off the bat, is there any you want to specifically rant and rave about? Because I've only played one of these 6. I only learned about Balatro yesterday from watching it, but I fell in love with it immediately. And I've seen countless videos on Rebirth, Astrobot, and Elden Ring. But I don't know if you guys know anything extra that I wouldn't.
I mean, I haven't played any of these.
You have watched all of these, right? Pretty much.
Yeah. I've seen like plenty of like Black Myth, and like Elden Ring was huge. Like, I mean, obviously, like the difficulty of it was a big topic when it came out.
Yeah.
Balatro, I've seen loads of streamers play it, and like it's not really my thing, but it looks like once it like gets its hooks in you, it's so addictive.
Yeah.
So it's really cool to see that there. I don't know. I think the only one that I'm like really in a rush to play is Final Fantasy.
Yeah.
But I just haven't got around to it yet, sadly.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people. We did a poll on the channel of what's your game of the year, and the amount of comments we got on Astrobot was insane. Now, for me, I almost don't like the fact like a 10-hour game could win game of the year, but Jordan did convince me, or JC did convince me that it doesn't matter how long it is. If it's quality, it's quality, which is a fair point. It still hurts me, but I get it. I do get it. But the game Metaphor, for example, came out a month ago, give or take, and already up for it. Black Myth to me is Game Science's first game other than mobile games, and they smashed it. But it's got the lowest Metacritic, for example. I think it's like 81 or 82, something like that. It's very low for a Game of the Year Metacritic. Whereas like Balatro has a 90. It's like getting into the must-play realms from Steam. It's like nothing's but positive on it. Yeah, exactly.
I've not seen anything on it at all until I've seen it here. It's really weird.
It's like a roguelike, but you build like poker hands, and you need to get to like a certain score like per round, but there's like loads of different like modifiers and like joker cards that you can do that like have like different effects and stuff like that. It does look really addictive.
Yeah, I think it's got a really good gameplay cycle.
Is it free to play or
no? I think it's £20 or so. Maybe not even that much. I think PC one might be cheaper. There is a hard copy you can buy for the PlayStation though. I think it's 20 quid.
That does mean it's deserved its popularity though, because if it was free to play, it's slightly different. You'd get a bigger player base, but yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then, for me, I think Astrobot would deserve it. I haven't played it, but I obviously played the free one, and I always raved about that being one of the PS's best games because of how well it makes use of the controller.
Yeah.
So I can imagine that game is pretty, even if it's 10 hours, it's probably flawless. And I think what is missing from these consoles is the kind of Nintendo-y style games. Because, yeah, there's just a massive gap in the market for them, I'd say. So, yeah.
Yeah. What I will applaud for Rebirth, Wukong, Balatro, and Astrobot, I don't know enough about Metaphor for it, which is why I'm not saying it. But the point of you just buy the game, you've got everything you need. It's right there. It's like the same reason like Baldur's Gate 1 last year. It just came out. It was perfect from the get-go. It was a good price. Like Black Myth was not a £70 game when it came out. It was a £50 game, which I know we've been conditioned to think that's a good price for a video game, but it's still a lot cheaper than brand new games anyway. And the same for all of these, really, except Shadow of the Erdtree is, I think that was the same price. I don't feel comfortable with it. I don't mind anything that wins here other than this. I think it should get some accolades, but it shouldn't be under Game of the Year.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, it needs some praise, but not now.
I think the issue with it as well is that it does actually have a really good chance of winning it.
Yeah.
Because it's just from software.
Fan base is already there as well.
Yeah.
And Elden Ring won Game of the Year, so and
some
won it
people
by
might
a
just want it
landslide.
People will want it to win as a meme anyway. Like, lol, it's Elden Ring again.
Yeah, I would love it if something like Balatro won it. It'd be such a standout because a couple of years ago, It Takes Two won Game of the Year. So, like that's that's probably the biggest freak that's happened in the last 10 years of gaming because it's always been
very good game though.
Yeah, it's quality. I love that game.
But when you play through that, I mean, how long's that game to play through? Maybe 6 hours? Not even.
So I guess it's super long, but it's really good quality, and like it says there, recognizing a game that delivers the best experience across all fields. So it's about the experience you've had. It doesn't matter how long it is. It could be an hour. It could be the best thing ever, and it could could make a grown man cry.
Yeah, I mean, last time when I did the video last year for the channel on Game of the Year, I was doing it based completely off of the descriptions they provided. And if you're doing the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields, it's not going to be Black Myth based on that description. Yeah. It also is not going to be Elden Ring, and it's not going to be Balatro because they're very one-dimensional in what they do. They're fucking good at what they do. It would be Astrobot or Metaphor from that description for me.
Or Final Fantasy, because there's a lot you can do in Final Fantasy. But obviously, I don't know about this. They look to me like they're remaking Final Fantasy 7 every year. So I don't really get it. But
it's a remake that's being split into a trilogy.
Oh, I see. That's just
so it's a weird way of doing it, but it's not like they're doing like a 1-to-1 remake though. Like it is its own sort of thing. And there's like a lot of different changes in it. I do want to play it though. It does look amazing, and I know S-Dub I think said that would be his game of the year.
Yeah.
Too.
So out of these choices, what is all of our picks? I mean, I've only played Black Myth, and I did finish it 100% of it. That would be my pick because I have played it. I think that's got to take advantage over one I haven't played. But based on this, and from what I've seen, I would probably pick Astrobot based on that description.
Yeah, I'd have to go for Astrobot as well. Obviously, I've only played the prior game, but that was just, as it says, like best experience, and that was an amazing experience. But it's pretty unforgettable, to be honest, especially when just got the PS5 and it's really fresh in your mind. And yeah, it was just awesome. So I can't wait to play that one.
Yeah, I mean, if it's just more Astro's Playroom, but like bigger, then you can see why it's on here. So, I mean, Astro's Playroom was like incredible. So, probably Astrobot. I'd probably have to go with that.
Very nice. So we'll move on to next category, which is best game direction with exactly the same games. So we can move. We've talked enough about these games in particular, so we can just probably get to the votes. But awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction and design. So innovation, it can't be Astrobot because it's the same as the last one.
Well,
in game direction,
some of the stuff is
and art,
extremely creative though.
But it's not innovative from the first game.
But you don't know until you've played it, like mechanically wise.
There could be a lot of new stuff.
Completely new things because it's bigger.
Okay.
But then if you went like it's completely out there and innovative, I'd have to say Balatro, because no one's ever done that before, not that I've known of. But then also Metaphor, maybe I haven't seen enough of it, but it's
very Persona-esque.
Yeah. As long as they're not ripping it off too much, then.
Well, it's by the same company, same
Atlas,
isn't
it? Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, going by like the description, like taking like design into account, like the boss design in Black Myth was sick. The characters were really cool. Like some of the bosses that I've seen of Shadow of the Erd Tree as well are really cool. I
have no problem with Elden Ring being in this category. No problem at all.
It's
now eligible for me.
I'll probably give it to Black Myth for this one. Because Elden Ring being in this, like, because it's not an original game though. It's just an expansion. So I don't know if you can give it to. It's not original direction, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So, and I think it already won this award like last year, like last time as well. So I'm going to give it to Black Myth.
Black Myth. Yeah, my vote would be Black Myth, just sheerly on the hundreds of boss designs that were so unique. I think only like 3 or 4 were kind of like cloned from each other. They were so unique and crazy. I mean, the first guy's a rhino with a spear. Like, it's like, I'm
that's
fully.
That's just Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
See, not innovative. Balatro, completely new, innovative.
Yeah, I wouldn't be against something like Balatro winning this either. It's very cool to do a roguelike card game that isn't Slay the Spire. It's more.
Yeah, I was gonna say
just poker, because it is very different, obviously. But when you on paper, it's like But no, I'm happy for any of those. To be honest, I think all of them have a shout. But the ones that they already have a previous game, like Final Fantasy, Elden Ring, and Astrobot, I would probably give the advantage to the other 3. Although Metaphor's just Persona to me. So for someone that doesn't play the games, it just looks very similar.
Is it turn-based combat and stuff?
Not that I've seen.
I believe so, yeah.
I was going to say, because that's what, is the same as Persona then.
Yeah, but cool. So, next category would be best narrative. This is getting good now. So, for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game, can Silent Hill 2 be on here if it's already had the narrative been delivered, or is it significantly different from the original?
I was actually going to open this with that exact point as well. Okay. So, because it's not an original story.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong, like the story is incredible. Like it's really good.
Yeah.
But it's not new.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy, you can excuse being on here because it is different enough. But Silent Hill 2 just kind of seems like very faithful to the original.
So good for the game, bad for an award on best narrative.
Yeah. Is it how it's told though? So it's the storytelling itself, isn't it? But obviously we haven't played these to like really get in depth of it, but I get where you're coming from.
Well, Jordan's played and platinumed Like a Dragon, the Ratscallion himself.
Oh, okay.
I guarantee you would be voting for this one.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah, I've watched this been played, and the narrative. Well, all Yakuza games have such good stories, all of them.
Yeah, it's so good, and it's one of those games that like if you have played like a certain amount of like the other ones as well. Like there's certain scenes that really hit. It's so good. It's tied to be my favorite one, along with Yakuza 0.
Okay,
And
that's
I
big
love
praise.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about Senwa Saga because the first game I really enjoyed. I thought that was a really good narrative. This one I watched, I have not played because of the stupid exclusivity of it. And it didn't look that great. I know it
They
didn't do
sold their
very well.
souls to Xbox so they can get in the bin.
That is true. It is true. So
no, I think it would be really well done, you know, with the mocap and all that. I reckon the storytelling is probably really good in that, hence why it's up here.
It's got an 81 on Metacritic, which is the same as the original.
Okay. Oh, that's interesting.
It's pretty well liked.
Okay, maybe just being exclusive has limited it for people.
Yeah, probably. Especially since the first one wasn't an exclusive as well. Like,
yeah, exactly.
It probably upset a few
didn't make
people.
sense to me. Yeah, me, this guy.
Yeah,
I like the first one. But no, perfect. Okay, so my vote for this, after I've watched all of Infinite Wealth be played by multiple people, this is my vote. And someone that's played a bit of a Like a Dragon game, I say like 60 hours, but that's only scratching the surface. My vote's going to be for Infinite Wealth.
Yeah, it's Infinite Wealth for me. But I bet if I played Metaphor, then I think that would be, I'd be a bit flip floppy on it, I think. But Infinite Wealth,
yeah, those games are usually really good with this storytelling. So
yeah,
but yeah, I mean, I've not played it myself, but yeah, Like a Dragon, it always looks great and hilarious. So I'd probably go for that as well.
Definitely hilarious.
Yeah.
Excellent. On to best art direction. This is a cool one because Never is so nice to look at as a game. It looks so good.
I haven't heard of it before, like seeing
yeah. Oh, it might be one of the indie games that I've heard of that you haven't. That's a surprise. I'm normally like, what's this one?
It looks like was it the same kind of style as, is it Gris or something?
Yeah.
Or I think it's that. I think it's called that. It's got like some woman on the front cover. I feel like they might be the same devs. Yeah, Gris.
It is the same devs, yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. That'd be why.
But if it was me, I'd go straight for Astrobot. Because I just
outstanding
think
creative, technical achievement in artistic design and animation.
Yeah, I think all the designs and everything they do on that is just amazing. It'd be hard because obviously, like you said, with the boss designs on like Black Myth or Elden Ring, would be like it's hard. But
yeah,
I just think the creativity in games like Astrobot is amazing. That's what I love about them.
Shadow of the Erdtree is incredible in terms of art. It really is. It's ridiculous. Much better than Black Myth. It smashes Black Myth in art design, in my opinion. The world itself.
Which one has more bosses? Out of curiosity.
Black Myth, I think, but Elden Ring's probably got more quality bosses. Like they've got a lot more the move set, for example. There's a few copy paste ones in Elden Ring, but I would say my vote here would be for Shadow of the Erdtree for art direction. I would not be unhappy with Never or Astrobot though at all. I don't think Black Myth will win this one, and I need to see more of Metaphor.
I'm gonna give it to Black Myth.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because just like the opening level alone, like when you're up on the clouds and there's all the giants and stuff, and like it's just like bringing like Chinese mythology to life. Like it looks amazing.
Definitely good.
So yeah, I'm gonna give it to Black Myth for the same reason as well. It's just like the bosses look great. It's just really memorable. I haven't played it. I've only just watched your videos, but I still remember a lot of the bosses in that. So
yeah. No, I get you. My only reason I'm not going Black Myth for this one, I'd rather go Elden Ring, is because that opening is, like you said, it's awesome. It's so mind blowing, but then there's so many linear sections of that game where they're forgettable. Whereas I feel like Elden Ring typically has like every corner is like fuck, just running into someone else. But yeah, where it is a 10 out of 10, Black Myth, it is a 10 out of 10. Like it's such a good looking game.
Yeah,
I don't think there's a wrong answer really.
I don't think so either. Yeah, I mean Astrobot's like stunning as well. Metaphor, like it's got like the classic like Atlas art style. It looks great. And the monsters, like if they are the normal Persona like monsters like they normally are, then they'll be brilliant as always.
Yeah.
So I'm happy with either 5 of them winning it.
Nice, awesome. Into best score and music. Now, you guys, I'm not going to be able to have really any vote for this because my vote would be for Stellar Blade because that's the only one I've heard really, and that's from JC. So I think you guys would have a casting vote on this one as Astrobot, Silent Hill, and Stellar Blade kind of vibes here.
It's a bit biased from my end because I've only played Stellar Blade as well, but the music was incredible and they actually had proper vocals and stuff like that. So I'd have to say Stellar Blade. I think when devs get people in to do proper songs for their games, I think that's just you're going above and beyond. So it's like why Alan Wake 2 got awards, didn't it, for its soundtrack because they use actual artists and all that. And yeah, the Stellar Blade ones are pretty mental. And there's a big focus on it whenever you sit down at the little hubs. You just like flick through the music if you wanted to and stuff like that. So it's a big focus and yeah, really, really, really good.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think because like if we're going for like best music, usually you can give that to Final Fantasy because their soundtracks are almost always on point.
That's true as well.
Like an in-house orchestra
and stuff.
Yeah. But like Atmosphere, Silent Hill, like just like the overall vibe of it and just like how creepy it is and like the background like noises and stuff like that, like probably give it to Silent Hill. It's a tough one.
What about rephrasing it going, what one of these 5 games makes, like, if you're playing the game, does the music change the way you play it? The Stellar Blade, if it was silent, would you play it differently? Because Silent Hill, if it was silent, you just run through it. But because of the sudden creaks, the creepy ass music, you take your time. The score has a lot to do with how you play. Astrobot, same thing as well. It's just fun music the whole way through.
Stellar Blade does have that a bit. Yeah, you have like relaxing music when you're at a hub, so you relax. You're like, I'm away from all the demons. And then when you fight, it has like metal playing, which is awesome. Like it's really, really good. So it does, like you say, it does changes the way you play and stuff like that. And the way you feel.
I'm sure Stellar Blade and Final Fantasy wouldn't be like as exciting if it didn't have the music it has. But
yeah,
but like with a horror game, like the soundtrack and like the backing like noises are really important. So if you take that away from Silent Hill, like what have you got? Like you got a game that's like probably half as scary. So
you got a random bloke lost in some fog. That's what you got.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, like I'm sure Metaphor's got a great soundtrack. Because Persona 5's is Persona 5's soundtrack is one of the best. So it's I give it to any of them again.
Yeah, I'm gonna not vote on this one because I don't have enough of an opinion to vote on one. But I know you're going for Stellar Blade then, JC.
Yeah,
you're going for Jiggle Physics.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then in a similar vein, audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. Now, my initial thought is immediately the horror games. Like Senua's Saga, the whole point of the first game is to stick your headphones in and listen to the demons in your head. How could that not? If it's under the same lines, and that's so immersive and brilliant.
Exactly. It's designed for that. So I feel like that would have to win, surely. But then, like you say, horrors in general, so like Silent Hill, of course, and then Astrobot, obviously they've used the sound with the controller as well, so that it brings it another level higher than the rest. Because like when you feel the vibrations of you're walking on metal and you hear the metal, things like that. So that's got to be taken into account too. And then I'm guessing Call of Duty is probably getting realistic gun sounds and all that sort of stuff, which is always impressive. But I'm
kind of putting a cross through this one.
Yeah,
there's no way COD's doing better than Astrobot or Senwa. So
and Battlefield are good at all that as well. So
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if Hellblade 2 is the same as the first one, it basically like gaslights you into thinking you have like psychosis or something. Like, probably give it to Hellblade 2 because it was so well done.
Yeah.
Like you have to play that with headphones in.
Yeah.
Yeah, and again, like I mean, I'll basically repeat what I said with like Silent Hill 2, like just like the ambient sounds and like the radio going off, like when there's a monster nearby, and you can hear it but you can't see it, that sort of thing. But if it's the same as the first game, I have to give it to Hellblade 2.
Yeah. I mean, it's got nothing to do with music. It's literally just in-game sound design. Is basically what it's saying. It's the audio.
Yeah.
So if there's someone whispering "roll, kill yourself," you're about to die, like all these horrible things in your ears, I'm giving it to Senwa.
Yeah,
I reckon Monster Hunter Wilds will be in the next year one of this, because have you the way they make the sounds for Monster Hunter World was nuts. They were actually smashing blocks of ice and stuff in the studio. It was awesome.
Oh, that's sick. That's sick.
Awesome. So into the next one, which again, don't really know a lot about this, and I have a feeling that I only know 3 of them. Best performance. It's not going to be this lady here, surely. I looked at that game. I don't know how. Is there just no one? No offense to her, but the game. No, I can't have Star Wars Outlaws, the lead, being done an award. when this lady exists, who's completely mocapped. Yeah,
she's great because she was great in the first one as well. So I have not seen the others. So I'd have to say her straight away. But then I reckon the Silent Hill dude will probably.
I'm sure Luke Roberts is great, and I'm sure Brianna White's good as well. Everyone in Final Fantasy is normally top draw. I don't know.
They've all done good jobs.
4 out of 5. But I don't know about. I don't know anything. I might be the only person that's never played Life is Strange, so I don't know anything about that lady there.
So Brianna White voices Aerith in Final Fantasy. I don't know if you can put like a face to like a character. Hannah Tell is Max, I think, from Life is Strange. I haven't played Double Exposure, but I played the first one that she was in. She was pretty decent in that.
I've only played literally the first game.
Yeah, it's the same character then that you play as in the first game. Luke Roberts playing James in Silent Hill. Star Wars Outlaws, I kind of agree with Lewis. Like, yeah, I think that's the only award that game's up for as well.
I think there is another one actually.
Oh,
worst game of the year. Is that
it wasn't that bad. But...
So, probably give it to Melina.
My initial thought is Melina.
Yeah.
She looks so happy. Everyone else is posing. She's just smiling normally. Someone said, "Say
already at the Game Awards."
Yeah, exactly. She's there, man.
She's already won.
She's already won. Exactly.
Oh, there you go.
Innovation in accessibility. Now, this one actually, Outlaws might genuinely win because all accessibility features, Ubisoft are outstanding for accessibility features. They really are. Dragon Age, I did notice a bloody thing to do with accessibility in it. Like, I don't know, if you have no hands, can you play the game? If you have no hands, you can play Ubisoft games. Probably they just want you to not play it, but anything in game, Dragon Age has a couple things. Diablo has a couple things, but my initial thought, without playing them, because I've played so many Ubisoft games, especially like Far Cry 6, when you get to the hub of Far Cry 6, it's all text to speech. Everything is immediately accommodated for someone that might not read well, hear well, see anything. If I raise the
Outlaws
controller,
did have a lot of that.
Yeah, it's got like
I
Morse
have to,
code
obviously I have to
going
put
through.
on the colorblind mode and stuff like that, and
Yes, you
there was
might
a
be
lot
able
of
to speak to
options.
these better because you actually need
Yeah.
an accessibility feature.
Yeah, but the only problem is I haven't played the other. Well, I played a bit of Dragon Age,
Yeah.
and I think they had a few things, but Outlaws did actually, ironically, stand out for that. But you know, credit where it's due. But I haven't played the others. What about Diablo 4? You guys have played that?
Didn't notice loads.
Yeah, it's the only one out of these that I've played, but like this isn't really like a category that like applies to me. So I can't really speak on it, I guess. Like if it doesn't give me an option straight away to like go through the settings like Ubisoft games do when they have text to speech on and then you have to like turn it off by default, like it's already there. Like if it's not shown straight away, then I won't see it. So I probably would give it to either Prince of Persia or Star Wars, but yeah, I can't pick between the two. So
yeah, I think
your
just
casting
one
vote,
of
mate.
those. They're both Ubisoft anyway. Yeah, I guess they actually.
You're the only one here that needs an accessibility feature, so you get the only vote that's relevant. So, and either of these, as long as Ubisoft gets that,
It's just a shame I can't see the others without spending an ungodly amount of money
Black
on
Ops
them.
does. I wonder what Activision
Yeah.
are doing, because it ain't making great games. So I don't know what the accessibility part would be. Nah.
Has Black Ops 6
what they
done
did
well?
what they did to Blizzard hurts me. So I'm just bitter.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I haven't played it. It's probably good. It's sold well. But move on through accessibilities for games for impact. Now again, I played and watched a bit of Zhao. Don't know. Watched a bit.
Sounds like some utter woke nonsense to me.
I have no idea. Thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning message. I don't know if Senua's Saga is going to be about mental health, for sure. Anything like, demons in your head has a good vibe. You 100%ed this game, didn't you? So you have a lot to say on Zhao. I see this one all the time in the store, Indica. I've never clicked it, never been interested because it looks a bit odd. Looks a bit creepy. Maybe I thought it was a horror game to start with, but what do you guys think on games for impact? Because we can move through these sections quite quickly, I think.
I've played the first Life is Strange, and they are pretty good, to be honest. I think the first one was a lot of like hardships when you're like for kids in life. So I think stuff like that is quite good. I don't know the direction the series has gone now. I don't know if they are keeping up with actual like real messages or if they're just appealing to like new generational audiences. But I'd have to give it to that or Hellblade because the prior games had good messages in them. I haven't played the others, but they could be really, really good. So I hope this vote is fair because obviously if you haven't played the game, like the more popular games would win otherwise, because less people are going to have played, say, Never and Close to the Distance, and more people will have played like Life is Strange because it's a massive series.
Yeah,
so,
and Zhao was free on PlayStation Plus or whatever it was.
Yeah, I'm just having a look. Indica is a third-person story-driven game set in alternative Russia at the start of the, I'm going to say, 29th century. It's Roman numerals, where religious visions clash with harsh reality. It tells a story of a young nun who sets off on a journey of self-discovery with the most unusual companion by her side, the devil himself.
Oh, damn, that sounds interesting.
It does sound really good, actually.
They need to work on their front covers because that's not a clickable.
Yeah,
it looks like some fan-made like movie or something, you know.
If I added a little devil in the back, I bet you'd click it.
It does look like it'd be one of those like full motion video sort of games, like all live action. Like
Yeah,
you make
something like that,
choices,
yeah.
but I mean, I played Zao. Zao was really good. I like that a lot.
What was the message behind it then?
Yeah, I don't remember. I don't remember.
And then it did not make this word for you. It was
Yeah,
not.
it
that's a
didn't.
good
Yeah,
point. That is a good point.
I've forgotten a lot of the story, to be honest. So
Yeah,
probably give it to Hellblade again, I guess. It's a good game,
yeah,
though.
I think.
You should play Zao.
Cool. We'll move on to the next category. So, okay, this is an interesting one because what should win and what's probably going to win, I don't know. But best ongoing, awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that evolves the player's experience over time. I'm looking at the word evolves, so that means it changes with time. Destiny 2, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 14.
Two clear ones for me.
Final Fantasy?
Final Fantasy and Fortnite.
Okay, yeah.
Because I think Helldivers, yes, they've evolved the game in a good way, but they obviously like destroyed the community. Whereas Final Fantasy 14 is a World of Warcraft killer. Like it's actually up there. Loads of people play it. Even some massive WoW streamers went over to it, including Asmongold at a point. And then Fortnite is just, they are literally evolving that all the time. They literally change the map every season and do all these crazy events. And as much as people slag it off, it's just an absolute steamroller of a game. It just stays up there. So fair play to them. And I feel like it's going to be one of those two surely, because their communities are huge, and the games seem to be getting better and better with time.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah, so they were my choices as well. I want Final Fantasy to win, but I think Fortnite would probably win.
Final Fantasy is incredible.
Fortnite.
If you like MMOs, you should be playing Final Fantasy. Like, I understand. I love it.
Yeah.
So that's my vote.
Excellent. Swiftly move on then, because don't care. I mean, Diablo 4 is not evolving at all.
I mean, it's just had
they have that expansion though, right? This the one
and it just went.
Oh, is it out? I didn't know.
Oh yeah, it's out, dude. Yeah, it's out for a couple months. Yeah, it's
it's no Diablo 3. Diablo 3 was great,
and then Diablo 3 was no Diablo 2, and it's getting worse every 10 years. So best community support. Now I have two standouts for this as well, which is No Man's Sky and Baldur's Gate 3, because the community of No Man's Sky is insane. The way they resurrected that game from the dead, helped developers remake the game essentially with tips on this needs to change, that needs to change, what we wanted, and they listen as well and do it to make. I mean, you played the game. I played it on launch, and then when you did it at the start of the year, whatever it was a different game. It's just a completely different game.
Yeah, I also played it not on launch, but maybe I can't even remember when it came out, but I played it maybe 2020-ish. Around then as well, and really enjoyed it. I think I played it on PC then.
How different was it?
Yeah, I mean, it was very different. There's so much in it now; it's ridiculous. And their new game looks incredible as well. But yeah, they, like you said, they resurrected it from the dead. It's very impressive what they did. Yeah.
Final Fantasy.
Yeah,
I was thinking as well,
I don't know enough about the community there. Yeah, recognizing the game.
So transparency, responsiveness. Yeah. Because if you look at all this, the social media activity, all that sort of stuff, that's why the transparency, where they disagreed with the game being locked out of regions because of logging into PlayStation, blah blah blah. But I don't think they dealt with it well at all. I think Baldur's Gate. Yeah, I think Baldur's Gate is the transparency and stuff like that, and
Baldur's Gate community is flawless.
Yeah, I think just that team with the CEO guy as well, like they're all just brilliant. So that's where I'd put my vote, probably, just from what I've seen over social media and stuff.
Do they keep updating you constantly with Final Fantasy bug fixes, and they're telling you everything that's happening with the game then?
Oh yeah, like loads of patch notes, stuff like that. We just had like a major expansion this year as well. So there's like loads of like little tweaks and stuff that they're doing to get things right after it. You know how like MMO like expansions are.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's Final Fantasy, man.
Nice. That works then. So yeah, I mean, my vote would honestly it would be No Man's Sky, just because of like what I've seen. But I know you only speak positive about Final Fantasy, so but any of these, I mean, community support, I have no idea. I've never played Fortnite in my life. I don't ever want to play Fortnite in my life. But it might have a great community. I don't know for support. Helldivers is a joke on this list, but any of the four, I guess, I would be more than happy with. Just don't put it to Helldivers. It would be a joke win. If it was.
Yeah, it's a weird choice.
It's a weird choice. This is a really interesting one, especially for you, JC. So I was very happy to see Animal Well on here after how you told me this game came about. So best independent game. So Balatro, obviously up for Game of the Year, so it makes sense to be on this one as well. Animal Well, I don't know these two at all. Laurelie and the Laser Eyes, I've never heard of. And UFO 50, I've not heard of, which some people might shout.
UFO 50 is a collection of 50 single-player and multiplayer games that span a variety of genres, from platformers and shoot-'em-ups to puzzle games, roguelites, and RPGs. Our goal is to combine a familiar 8-bit aesthetic with new ideas and modern game design. So it's like a
right on my
collection.
That sounds so up my street. God damn, where have I not seen this?
It's got an overwhelmingly positive on Steam.
Awesome. No, that's. I mean, I reckon all of these games must do to be in this category, right?
Yeah.
But what was your experience with Animal Well for this? And would you consider giving it for this?
It's hard, like because I haven't played the others or even seen the others. But I'm just trying to relate it to what it says, like the creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher system. So yeah, like a technical achievement, it's got some unique things in it, but I don't think, if you're going by what that says, like the description, I don't think Animal Well. Yeah, I feel like Balatro is so unique. That's outstanding there, and then these other ones could be as well, especially like that UFO 50. If you've got that many games and they've put a modern twist on them all, that's so creative. But obviously I haven't seen it, so yeah, that's impossible for me to say.
Yeah, I mean, I got the plat on Animal Well, and I really enjoyed it, but probably give it to Balatro. I did really like Animal Well, but like it was just another kind of Metroidvania sort of game.
Yeah,
like I don't think there was too much that was like unique about it. I mean, the visuals were really cool.
Yeah, the visuals were amazing. But yeah, I think that's probably it's what it's about, really. It's about the visuals for that game, whereas the other ones have got the technical achievements in them, most likely.
I think Balatro is going to win this.
I hope so, because even to be an independent game put onto Game of the Year is pretty big. So if they don't win Game of the Year, which I don't think they will, this would be a nice pickup for them anyway.
Yeah.
So after independent game, best debut indie game, probably under the same bracket here of these two. So we could talk about Manalords Pacific Drive. I've seen Manalords and Pacific Drive, and these are cool. These are really cool. I've not seen the Plucky Squire.
Plucky Squire is free on PlayStation. On like extra.
Yeah, I really wanted to play that. It looks so good.
Yeah, it does look really cool. Manalords, from what I've seen, like if you're into like sort of strategy and like town building sort of stuff, then it's like the best of both worlds. Pacific Drive does look really good,
Yeah,
and I do really want to play it. Yeah, it could go to any of them, to be honest. I'd be happy.
Yeah, this one's just saying the best, so it's like I guess it's the one everyone enjoyed the most, or would be biased, like which one you played. Oh, I like that. So,
yeah,
you'll probably go to the most popular one in that sense, so which is probably Balatro.
yeah. I'd be happy with any of them winning it. So,
yeah,
I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
Maybe 2025 is the year to play more indie games because I don't know a lot of these. So under next, right, best mobile game. Right, I have no say in this. I don't care about mobile games at all. I know you do, you guys do, or JC definitely does. So I'll let you talk about this because well, I'm just, you know me, I don't download any games on my phone. I'm done.
Well, I played Zenless, but I played it on the PlayStation. So
you did do a bit on mobile though, right? How was that on mobile?
yeah, it's fine. Like I think gaming like that on mobile is horrible though. It's like it's terrible. Any game where you have like a joystick on your phone, it's just like it's just awful. I don't understand it. But it was really good on the PlayStation. So I'd obviously throw my vote at that.
This is mobile only though. Playable on a mobile device, not on the PlayStation.
Game. Yeah, but it's playable on a mobile device as well. So
I'm like, oh, surely that's got to count for something. How does it play on the mobile? If it plays like shit on the mobile but good on a console, I can't give it that.
Yeah, but it's about the game in general. It's just the best game. Just happens to be playable. That's the secondary. But I just don't think the Pokemon will probably win because it's like all I see is stuff like, oh, they've made $120 million already out of it. And it's just blown up. But how is that fair? Like it's only just come out at the end of the year. Yeah, it's a bit sus. But that'll probably win because it's Pokemon.
Yeah.
And I haven't played the other ones. I mean, well, once again, Balatro is there.
I can't imagine Balatro is that different from a phone to a mouse on a screen.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of game that would be good on a phone. Whereas an action game, like personally, I just think it's just horrible. And why play it on your phone? Like play it for real.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'd say I don't know much about it, but AFK Journey looks like like there's a few things, a bit like Raid or something like that, or a Clicker Heroes kind of game. That makes sense on a mobile. But then Balatro and the Pokemon TCG is probably one of them is going to win, I reckon, because card games are really good on mobile. It's just easy and makes sense. There's no whoops, I fat fingered. It's just simple. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my housemates played a lot of AFK Journey this year, like both on mobile and on PC, and it's like it's kind of like a tactical sort of RPG.
Okay.
Like when you get into a fight, like you place like it's a gacha game as well, so like you spend money to get characters, but like you place them in a certain like formation and then they fight and stuff like that.
Oh yeah, I've played games like that before. Yeah.
yeah. It's pretty good though. But
so it's Raid.
Pretty much, yeah. It's fairly similar to Raid.
Not again.
I mean, for me, it's going to be Zenless because I love that game. It's so much fun. I've got the play it, and I still want to keep playing it. So,
nice.
It's such a good game, man. Yeah,
Also,
I love anything that they've out.
I'll go a card game. I'll have a card game. I want to try Balatro after this.
Hearthstone legend.
Damn right. No one's going to forget that. This one really shocked me a little bit, seeing Arizona Sunshine on the best VR AR make, because the remake I've played on 2 different consoles, the MetaQuest and the PS VR one, and it's shit. It's utter, it's shit. It doesn't work properly. it's a pretty shit game in my opinion. There's gonna be someone like, I love it. It's shit. It's a shit game. Asgard's Wrath is banging. That is a game. And Metro Awakening I've watched, been played on the MetaQuest, and it's sublime. These games are top draw. This is an insult to be putting it next to these two for me. If Metal Hellsinger is exactly what I'm thinking of in VR, like that'd be so good. That'd be so good. That'd be so good. It's like that'd be like Beat Saber with a gun.
Like, it feel like you're at the arcade again, you know? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Arcade machines or something. Yeah, it's cool.
And unfortunately, I've not seen anything on Batman. But if you're Batman, then it's going to be better than Arizona bullshit. So I'm not counting that one. I'm going to just my vote, because I've played it and it's awesome, is Asgard's Wrath 2. That game is so fun and brilliant. Granted, I only played it for a couple hours. It's really cool game. But yeah, that's my two things. Otherwise, I'll just rant about how shit the first one is.
I'd have to say Metal Hellsinger, just because I played the original game and it's just awesome, and the soundtrack is amazing. Yeah, and the DLC looks really fun as well, because they added pop music just to troll.
Really?
Yeah. It's really popular like pop songs and things like that. It's genius, really, considering you play as a demon chick. But I think that would be so good in VR, to be honest.
Batman. I love Batman. So
yeah, I mean, any game you're Batman, it's got to be good, right?
Yeah, I love Batman too much, so I've got to give it to
I reckon
Batman.
that would be really cool.
Yeah,
I might have to have a look at this one properly afterwards.
I was when I saw there was a new Batman Arkham game coming out, I did get really excited, but when I saw it was a VR one, my face just kind of dropped. But you know, like from what I've heard, it is really good. So I'll give it, probably Batman for me, I guess.
Nice, very nice. You watch Arizona will win. I'll cry. Garbage. So this is right. This is the second best category for me. Space Marine for you guys, yeah. So best action game. If someone tells me action game out of this list, I think of Helldivers and Warhammer. That's it. That's what I think of when I think action game. I don't know why, because they are all action games. Primarily focused on combat. It's got to be, right? It has to be Space Marine.
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just
that's the entire game is combat. Just smash, kill, destroy, blood, gore, stab.
If it's just on combat, I mean,
would focus primarily on combat, but yeah.
I mean,
I'm not giving it to a Call of Duty.
Focus primarily on combat, like Black Myth could
win.
Could really be in the running.
Yeah,
so could Stellar Blade as well. So,
but I will say, Black Myth is even though there's 3 skill trees, 2 of them you don't need in that game. The skill moves they have you don't really use, and they don't really do anything. And I've tried for 25 hours mixing, matching all different things, testing everything, and I was going, okay, it's quite a linear build you get on that. Now that might be patched later down the line, but it is only focused on combat as well, so it has a very, very high chance of winning. Same as Stellar Blade and Warhammer. But what about Helldivers? Does Helldivers not have a chance, you think?
Helldivers is like really fun, but Space Marine came out, and I feel like Space Marine is just Helldivers, but a lot better.
Really? Okay.
It is very different though, like the movement and stuff, I'd say.
Yeah, it's not like as like
one's a bit more
hardcore.
over the shoulder, Helldivers is you see a bit more, and I don't know. But I can't speak for COD, but the rest of these games are all incredible. So this is like so difficult. Obviously, I've played 3 of those as well. I'd have to say Space Marine, but I feel like I'm doing Stellar Blade dirty because it's so good.
Is it like a 51%, 49% kind of thing?
Yeah,
you just go towards Warhammer, just.
Because I feel like the more I look back at my memories of playing Stellar Blade, it was actually such a good, like, flawless game. It was really, really good. But there was also a lot of like exploration and things like that as well. So I'd say if you were looking at raw combat, it's just Space Marine. Honestly, it's amazing, and the horde system, and it's just so good. So good.
Yeah, visually as well. It's just like stunning. It's amazing
it
game.
out of the park.
Yeah, I was so happy with it. Like I mean, really big 40k fan as well. So it was just like everything I wanted.
Yeah, like I played that, and then it just like hit me straight in the ADHD, and I spent like 40 quid on Warhammer books. Like, that game really had an effect on me. I was like, this is so good. Like, I love it. Yeah, amazing game. And it's I've not considered playing a game after getting the platinum in a long time, and I would happily go back to that. But I just had to move on to other games. But yeah, it was so much fun. Like, just even the PvP, just going back, grinding some PvP. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
very nice.
Yeah, Space Marine.
I hope it wins. I do hope it wins.
It deserves
criminal.
it. It deserves
criminal
something.
didn't get on Game of the Year over Elden Ring, so criminal. But similar one, just slap the word adventure on the end. So we've got combat, traversal, and puzzle solving on top of a bit of combat, let's say. Off the bat, I would say Prince of Persia or Astrobot, because Prince of Persia looked awesome. I still need to get it. But Astrobot's traversal, puzzle solving, and the combat, like everything on that looks so damn fun and flawless. It's hard to argue against it. What's the combat and traversal? Does it really have combat and traversal in Silent Hill 2, or is it more just puzzle solving horror?
No, it's combat, traversal, and puzzle solving is describes Silent Hill really well.
Does it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like really well. I mean, the combat isn't really like the focus. It's it's a survival horror game, so it's like a last resort. But it is a mix of all of those things. So, I think that's a good pick for this list. I'd give it to Zelda. Surprise, surprise. But
have you played that one?
No, but my missus has, and she loves it.
Yeah.
She really, really liked it. So I'd have to give it to Zelda.
After watching JC play the traversal of Outlaws and the combat of Outlaws, it ain't gonna be Outlaws.
The traversal is really fun. The combat is meh.
Yeah. If
like,
any aspect
it's
of it
okay,
is meh.
But you can't even, like, when you're on the bike, you can only shoot if you use your special ability to like deadeye them. You can't just pew pew off the back. It's really dumb. Yeah, but the traversal is really fun. I think they did the speeder really well, and I think that's not really talked about enough. Especially when you like U-turn on it, you just get like when you get that weight to your character in a game. Can't really explain it, but you feel it like that. It's really good. But puzzles, I barely remember, and I think they were just annoying and meh. And the combat is meh. So yeah, whatever.
Yeah, it can't be that one then.
Astrobot, I think Action Adventure describes it perfectly. And I think that Zelda game looks great. It looks adorable. Obviously, they based it on the Link game in that same style.
Link's Awakening.
Link's Awakening.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. So Astrobot or Zelda, I hope one of those win that one.
It's one of the ones where I'd be like, any of them, they all deserve something in their own way. Like, this is actually Ubisoft's good game that they've done recently. Got very good reviews. Everyone that I know that's played it has liked it.
I'm just really happy to see Prince of Persia back as well. Like, I'm glad it's a series that they're like, you know what, we'll make more.
Yeah, and they just brought out the other one on Steam, the one by the I think it's by the Dead Cell devs. Was it? Or so it's like Dead Cells but Prince of Persia.
Yeah. Just bring back Splinter Cell.
I was about to say, if only.
That's all they got to do. So here we go. Right. Like a Dragon for you. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Right. Next. Yes. Best RPG. I mean, I have.
Like a Dragon.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to go against Like a Dragon for me after watching the entire thing, because I've not played them. Dragon's Dogma, I know is a good game, but it released like shit. So they had to fix it. It did not release well. but it's got great ratings when people have actually managed to play it. I think that's a performance thing. That shouldn't go down to how the actual game is once it works. I'm going Like a Dragon or Rebirth would be one of the things.
Yeah, I mean, again, I haven't played Metaphor, but if I had, probably it would be in the running for me. But I know Final Fantasy's always quality, and like a Dragon is quality. So yeah, it's those two for me.
Yeah, I'd have to say the Final Fantasy, Like a Dragon, Metaphor, because they all, I don't know how the combat in 7 is, but all those 3 games all have turn-based combat, right?
Final Fantasy
doesn't.
Oh, Final Fantasy doesn't. The new ones. Oh, that's a shame. But yeah, I'd probably say the last.
It plays really
Like
well though. The non-turn-based.
Yeah, but I think
very well.
Like turn-based, like JRPGs, kind of. It's just it's a classic RPG. I like that. So.
Right, and you don't play all the other Yakuza games then, other than Like a Dragon. Best fighting game. Now, this is between two. The ones that are leading the polls right now by a mile is Dragon Ball and Tekken 8. By a mile. But last time, Baldur's Gate wasn't winning by a mile until like 3 days before the Game Awards. So it might change until then. You've finished Sparking Zero. Would you say it's a very, very good fighting game?
Yeah, I would say. I'd say it was more the AI issues I had with it, where the default. So you had like 2 difficulties. You just had default and reduced, and default was like sometimes unplayable until and then you lose enough, and it changes it secretly, or you can go down to a lower difficulty. So that was just horrendous, and I hated it, and just didn't want to play the game. It ruined the game for me, to be honest. But then when I played online, I think it's a lot fairer. It's just because the AI would like slap you, you'd spin around, and then you can't block or teleport, so you're just dead. So that was horrific. But I'm trying to look past that, and I think it is really good. And all the animations and the special events that happened, it's really, really cool. But then Tekken is Tekken. You can't go wrong with Tekken. And Tekken 8
is getting a lot of love. It's getting a lot of love.
Good.
I mean, yeah, Tekken's always fun, isn't it? Like Tekken's just brilliant. But Multiverses, when that came out, was getting a lot of praise.
Yeah, because it re-released, right?
Yeah, it came out for free. I think it came out in like early access or like a beta for free, and then it re-released again. But when it was initially out, like it was everywhere.
Yeah,
it was really popular.
Didn't they do like some sort of battle pass, and then everyone kicked off? That's why they had to re-release it or something like that. They ruined something.
Yeah, I think you're right. I don't remember exactly what it was, but I mean, it's a new Smash Brothers game, isn't it? Like,
yeah.
So it's just with
exactly the same model.
Yeah, with a different like cast of characters. So if you've played Smash Bros, Smash Bros is great. So, but out of all of them, I think I'd rather play Tekken 8.
Yeah, if you gave me all 5 games to play, I'd put Tekken 8 in my PlayStation.
Yeah, 100%.
Maybe when I finish Dragon Ball, I'd change, but at the moment, I like Tekken. Right, on to the next one. Family game. There's always a Mario one in here. Always.
Mario Party, for sure. I've got that.
Like, if it's for the family, how can it not be a party game, right?
Yeah, because are the other games even 4 players?
It's got to be for family play.
Like kid friendly,
right?
Well, yeah, and then you'd assume like 4 players. And is Astro Bot 4 player or just co-op, or is
max 2,
Plucky
right?
Squire. I mean, Plucky Squire has like 3 characters on the front, so maybe that's 3-player co-op. I know that's a new thing in recent years.
I mean, Party Jamboree, it's in the name. Like, it's gonna be fun.
and it's the I'm not sure of the first, but I remember previous one like Mario Party 8 wasn't online. This one's online, So it could potentially be the first one that's got online multiplayer.
I think the one before this was as well. I think Superstars. I think it was called.
Oh right, yeah, I must have not seen that one, but yeah. No, it's good, and yeah, I'd say that's the ultimate family game in a sense. But yeah, I don't know as much about the others, and I don't know how many players they can have on them as well. So
yeah, mine's just going based on player base. Can the family join in, or are you like waiting to give the controller over? Everyone needs to be involved for me if it's a family game. In some capacity, they need to be involved.
Yeah, I kind of see like family players, like anyone in the family can play it, like regardless of what age they are. So I think Mario Party is obviously the king of this, but again, my missus played Princess Peach, and she said it was really fun.
Yeah.
So like any sort of like Nintendo thing, like I just kind of ask her and she'll tell me. So but yeah, Mario Party is probably going to win this one.
I hope so.
Mario Party
screams Nintendo.
It's always fun, isn't it? Like, you know, if someone says like asks you if you're up for a game of Mario Party, you're not going to say no, are you? So,
yeah, I don't like Mario Party. But do you not like fun and cookies?
Yeah.
Exactly. Cool. Mario Party for that one. So sim and strategy games. Again, I haven't played an Age of Mythology game in a long time. I've not played any of these. I don't know anything about any of these other than I watched a bit of Manor Lords.
Age of Mythology wins this.
My housemate would give it to Frostpunk. He's been really excited for Frostpunk too.
Okay. Okay. Is this one we just all don't really know many of them?
Yeah, I haven't played any of these. I know Ritzy really liked Unicorn Overlord.
Like, yes,
really
he did mention
rated that.
And again by Atlas.
Yeah. But I haven't played any of them, so I can't say much.
So you'll have to back away from this conversation, I think.
I played Age of Mythology.
And how was that?
Not the retold one, but obviously I played the original like a lot.
Oh, I played the originals, yeah.
And then I got it again on Steam. Yeah, Age of Mythology is really good, and I've heard really good things about the retold one.
Awesome. Yeah, I mean, cover's cool. That's all I can say. I like the cover. Actually, all of the covers are pretty good. I'll give them that. So we'll stay away from Steam. Does anyone give a shit about this?
No. Yeah, sports is pretty fun. I got a 400k player that I sold.
Jordan's fallen asleep.
That's the best luck I've ever had on a FIFA game. So yeah, give it to that. Actually, you know what? We had a right laugh on WWE, though, didn't we?
There you go. Give it to that. Or F1 looks good. Yeah, but I couldn't give a shit about
wrestling would be the best. Wrestling for
sure. Wrestling. Yeah, I like wrestling games. They're fun.
Yeah,
do that then.
Just stupid.
So here we go. Here's one that I'm going to immediately say for best multiplayer, Helldivers 2, because that brought me into a game with 3 other people that I haven't done in a very long time, and was a fucking hoot for 20 odd hours of what I played of it. I know you guys played a shitload more hours than me. After all the stuff I've seen, I own everyone that says they love COD from the days we used to play it to now. Whenever you see people play COD, all you see is the rage. You never see someone just having a good time. It's always, for fuck's sake. It's always just reloading. It's screaming at the monitor. It's whatever. But Helldivers 2, like, I never was frustrated playing that. If you lose or you die, it's funny. It's nothing but funny. You know, me killing someone at the last second and robbing them, and then getting in the extraction was fun. But you guys have played this, which I have not. But I don't know how the multiplayer was on it.
Incredible.
It's really good. It's really good.
Yeah. Would you say it was better than Helldivers multiplayer?
Very different. I think Helldivers was probably better because at the time because of the hype and how it was so different. But once the vanity wore off, Warhammer is probably just a more solid game in general. And personally, I prefer the gameplay loop. Like go in, level up a class, a bit repetitive. But then it also has PvP, so it has 2 different forms of multiplayer. Well, actually 3 because you have the campaign in multiplayer as well. So you've got 3 forms of multiplayer.
That's a good shout. The co-op campaign is a big shout there.
Yeah, co-op campaign, PvP, which obviously team based, so you can do that with your mates as well.
Yeah.
You can do esports with it. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, and it was designed to be played multiplayer as well, because even if you're playing the campaign single player, you've got two buddies with you for the whole thing.
Yeah.
So like it kind of eggs you on to play it with other people. And also just like the customization as well, like designing your own Space Marine and like leveling up the classes and all the cosmetic stuff, and like it's got to be Space Marine for me.
You're going Space Marine.
Yeah.
I'm going Helldivers just because I haven't played Space Marine. I finally played a game again. That's on the list. Not many this year. Rise of the Ronin's not on any of these. This is one that I've seen 2 of these. Arcane and Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider I thought was good. Nothing more than just good. Arcane, good for me. I know a lot of people love it. I thought.
Have you seen season 2? Because that's what this is based off. No.
Yeah, no, I haven't. So I'm yet to watch Fallout, but like you, I know you're about to praise it. Nothing but love for this. And for someone like me who hates Fallout games, it doesn't matter. I could still watch this and love it. So, what do you guys think? I didn't even know. Also, did you know this was out? Like a Dragon yet? Okay, I didn't. I didn't even know it came out yet. I thought it was still.
Yeah. I mean, the only one I've watched so far is Tomb Raider. I didn't know that there was a Knuckles movie. So I thought the last one was
a TV show. I think
it's a series. I think, yeah.
Oh, is it? Again, yeah. Last I heard, there was a third Sonic movie. I didn't know that there was anything else. Oh no, and the Shadow one with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah.
But yeah, Tomb Raider was fun. It was good. It wasn't as good as Castlevania, but I still watched it in one sitting.
Damn.
I mean, Terminator was a lot better. If anyone's seen that, or if you haven't,
Terminator
you should watch Terminator.
Far better, wasn't it?
Really good adaptation there. I know it's not a video game, but you should watch it anyway. Yeah, and I still need to watch Like a Dragon. So for me, it has to be Tomb Raider by default.
Mine's definitely Fallout.
Yeah.
It's the best adaptation I've ever seen of anything ever, because they just got it perfect. So many Easter eggs, everything is perfect, like the props, costumes, unbelievable. And I watched it twice, and I never really rewatch stuff usually. But
you watched it twice within like 3 days, the whole season twice.
Yeah.
After the first day, you stayed up like 2 a.m. It came out or something, and then by 6 a.m. like on episode 5. I'm on episode 5.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the end credits of the last episode made me cry as well. Because I was like, oh my god, season 2 is going to be even better. That's absolutely insane. Tomb Raider is okay. But yeah, I couldn't get hooked to that. I've only seen like 3 episodes.
So this Arcane is the favorite to win this.
Oh really? So I've not seen season 2, and they, in my opinion, they chose a lot of pretty meh characters. Obviously, I haven't played League in like.
That's what I thought on the first season. I was because we used to play it through like the beta for the first couple of years. You're talking like 15 years ago. I thought they'd have picked some really standout characters, and I saw Heimerdinger in the first episode.
Yeah.
And I was like Heimerdinger, but he wasn't wacky. I was expecting wacky Heimerdinger, but nah.
Get back, you dirty apes! Back.
Exactly, yeah.
They've changed it all so much since then.
That's what I mean. I don't even know what the game is.
The Knuckles one though, he in Sonic 2, Knuckles is like really, really well done. Like Idris Elba does a great job. So I reckon that'll be so good. But yeah, Fallout was perfect, literally perfect. So
nice. So we've got to give it to Lara Croft by default, but you're giving it to Fallout. Fair.
Yeah.
And so this is the last category we're going to do, because the rest are just esports and random people I've never heard of.
Why is this a category though?
So this is what I was saying to
so
Josie, is most anticipated game. What game are you looking forward to the most? Well, this is so subjective, but on the grand scheme of everything, GTA 6 is going to wipe the floor with everything because it's been needing to be out for 10 years.
Well,
and
and a lot of these games are for gamers, whereas GTA, everyone in their NAM plays it, and it's like a lot of like, you know, your chavs that just play GTA and FIFA, they're just gonna pick GTA. So if they're even interested in these awards, but yeah, it's just GTA's gonna easily win.
But if GTA was out of the question, don't count GTA. There is a genuine discussion again now. My guess would be Ghost of Yotei. Or Death Stranding would come close up, but then it's like the Monster Hunter community is massive, and the Metroid community is like my missus' brother adores the Metro series so much. He's like pre-ordered everything Metroid. So I was like, do people still like Metroid?
You also
oh yeah, they do.
You have 2 PlayStation exclusives, and then you have a Nintendo exclusive. So how is that fair?
Is Death Stranding PlayStation exclusive?
Pretty sure it is.
Is it? Okay.
Because it was, the first one was. It took however many years to come to Xbox, but
okay.
The community, the main community is PlayStation, regardless. And then obviously Ghost of Yotei. Yeah.
Or out of all these games, then what games are you guys excited about? Put it that way.
Monster Hunter,
Ghost of Yotei, then Monster Hunter second.
Okay. I am excited about Death Stranding too because I really want to do the first Death Stranding still. But it's like I can't really get high. So mine is only Ghost of Yotei because the first game was very, very good.
For me, for the one that I want to play the most is Monster Hunter, but Metroid Prime 4 finally coming out is huge.
Yeah.
Like, because it was in development for a while, and then I think they scrapped the whole thing and gave it to Retro Studios because it wasn't going the direction they wanted it to go. Like the last one was on the Wii.
Oh, so, blimey, it's been that long.
Yeah, so it's a big deal that we're getting it.
Bloody hell, yeah.
But yeah, Monster Hunter looks so good, dude. It looks so fun.
Did you play the beta in the end?
No, I never did. But I watched like footage of it. But I'm so excited for it, man. It looks so good.
Well, I know what you guys are streaming when that comes out.
Oh fuck yeah, absolutely.
We're just gonna like tag team some giant monsters, bro.
Yeah.
And then we're not doing content creator esports.
It's gonna be us. Yeah.
Yeah. Player's choice, player's voice. There you go. Yes. No. So no, that's a good pick. So we did 26 categories, whatever it was, 25. But I think the list this is upsetting still. But other than that, I think there's some good categories, good choices. I'm more excited about best multiplayer game, best action game, best fighting game, game of the year, best art direction, those sort of ones, than anything else. I think most people would be.
There's not a huge difference in the games that are there, to be honest. There wasn't a crazy amount of games. Like, yeah, the fact that Elden Ring's there again.
You're like, go away. Just go away.
Yeah, well, it's fine. It's just, I don't know. It's next year is going to be a lot more exciting already.
Next year's going to be
big.
Like,
yeah, and maybe they'll change some things up with the categories and whatnot.
Unless GTA 6 comes out, then it's like they'll just win. Soundtrack, radio, art direction, narrative, game.
GTA coming out. Is it next year or the year after?
Whenever it does. I don't know. 10 years probably.
And that's why they announced it, but then pushed it back a bit.
I feel like Rockstar people are just playing it themselves in their own offices, just like not letting anyone in.
But I mean, like, it's up for most anticipated that, like, you know, there's a pretty fair chance it could get delayed to 26.
Yep.
As well, like, it's not confirmed that it's next year. I think they've given like a quarter that it's coming out, and that's it. So I don't know. It's a bit silly it being on that list, but you know, it's GTA. So
they're not going to put Assassin's Creed Shadows on there, are they? So
yeah,
not after delaying that and watching the hatred roll down the years. No.
The Dynasty Warriors Origins demo comes out in 3 days. I'm excited for that next year. Yeah, the full game, obviously.
No, that'd be good. Nope, that was a good list though. Thank you guys. Appreciate that. And until the next one.
Goodbye.
See you later.